furnace.
How much stuff you collect? How many things you have in your life? Gandhi had like 12.
Really?
Gandhi had the glasses, the traditional dress, and then the sandals. Some other things, but not many. That is the extreme, obviously. That was like an example for their people. Jesus Christ is another example. Or, these people that just retire to the woods, like Buddha or Thoreau or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, I really believe in some of the points of capitalism. But at the same time, how do you make capitalism better? What's the difference between Adidas and Nike and Puma and whatever? All these things are made by the same companies. And it's like a couple of them. It's Gokaldas and the other gigantic, 2 or 3 gigantic companies that actually make out everything in the textile industry. The whole electronics market is the same. They have a couple of suppliers, literally, like Foxconn, the Taiwanese company. They make everything. They make the iPod, they make the iPod, the Kindle from Amazon. They make everything. They make products that compete between themselves. They are made in the same place by the same people. These people that actually have the best rights. The companies say, well, the others are buying the same stuff we are buying because we have the same suppliers. Mm-hmm. So we are just going to play branding. And they say, let's design. And they start coloring and whatever and putting the crazy designs. But all these things are made by the same companies. And they just produce everything. Mm-hmm. Now, at the same time, they are public in Bombay and Hong Kong Stocks and Exchange and whatever. And they have a lot of stockholders. Mm-hmm. That are also stockholders of the big brands. So everything is connected. If you just think about other companies that play the same game of capitalism, but with a different philosophy, take Patagonia, for instance. What they do is, okay, let's produce our goods with higher standards. If your clothes are good enough, your family can even inherit them. Kids passing their clothes, like brothers or siblings or cousins. But even reusing these things and selling less can make sense for those companies because what they say is, well, in order to achieve this level of quality and commitment to our products, we're ready to charge more. They prefer to have a manageable scale. And they say, well, we probably aren't going to go as global as Nike or Adidas or whatever. But you know what? We are not going to depend on Gokaldas. We are going to charge more, but we not only oversee our work, but produce most of it. So it lasts. It's going to be cool after 10 years because people that are going to buy it, they are actually prepared to explain people, well, I can wear for several years, seasons, this thing I bought that was expensive. But, if you take in consideration the whole fast fashion I've saved, I'm probably saving in comparison to you. You are probably using every single year something different, but at the same time, after 2 or 3 washes, the look and feel of the stuff you bought is not the same.
Yeah, because I do think there's a lot of people who, I don't even know if they would be prepared to buy something that's going to last for a long time because they want to change it all the time.
That's my point, that culturally, this production system was made by people that made some decisions for the rest. There are theories that explain how after World War II, the whole Western world was pushed towards, higher levels of consumption. So they said, well, products and economies of scale, but they just forgot how much does it take to produce good stuff. How prepared we are to buy something that is good and really expensive, but we can keep it almost forever and fix it. 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, you used to buy like a bike. And that bicycle was with you forever. But not only the bicycle itself, but the wheels. Mm-hmm. The rubber in the wheels. Mm-hmm. You were fixing the rubber in the wheels itself.
Actually, when I was a kid, we always had little patch kits. I loved it.
Now, if you need to put a patch, sometimes it's not cheaper. But some people say, how much is a new bike? Let's buy a new one. It happened the same with cars. It happened the same with TVs. It's the same model. You buy something that is really cheap. When it breaks, but something doesn't work, they just give you a voucher for a new one. They don't fix the old one because it just doesn't make sense. How they do it? Do they send it to Foxconn because they don't produce anymore? So we are in a world that is pretty.
We're not producers anymore.
Well, this is not a new thing. The thing is that it became so efficient, and China became so important that now it's ridiculous. Now it's literally everything cool you have in your house, everything cool and cheap. It's Foxconn, my Foxconn, and the same. Oh, Gokaldas.